Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday nights, Messages of Love from Above, or Monday morning for those of you who are on the other side of the world, or Monday afternoon, even. So glad to have you guys here. Thank you for all the love and all the support. Um, I'm very happy and honored to be here tonight to pull cards for everyone. Do want to start off sending love out to the world, do our wonderful ability to touch the energy of the entire collective and the planet. When we fill up with love and we send out that higher vibrational, unconditional love, it actually counteracts 700,000 other individuals who are having low vibrational love energy that's rooted in fear. So if you want to join me, I would love for you to do that. It multiplies the more of us that do it. So I'm going to just start off taking a deep breath to come back to the moment. And then just allowing that beautiful, unconditional love energy to flow down into us, fill up our heart, and overflow out to the world. Whether you're watching this on replay or you're here right now live, we can send out our energy, and our energy of this moment will join you that are watching it on replay, and your energy on those that are watching on replay will actually come to this moment in time, because beautiful love energy knows no time, no space. Anyone that needs love energy right now for any type of healing, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, we send that to you right now as well. May it lighten your pain in any way that it can in alignment with your higher self. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that and your patience while I did that. So excited to see what Spirit has for everyone this evening. We will jump into those. I do want to just do a couple quick little links here to some wonderful messages, pre-recorded messages from Spirit. There's a pick a card reading about trick or treat, what's coming your way. Really interesting readings. I had a blast doing them, and the messages were pretty powerful. I really like those. And then all the November readings are out for every sign. Here's the playlist for that if you want to see what's headed this way for your specific sign, and check out all of your signs, whatever resonates with you. Your sun sign talks about your desires and your selfness, that what you're wanting in the world. Your moon sign, of course, is your emotions, but it also is what you revert to. And when we're in fight or flight mode and we're like, something's making us, withdraw in. Your rising sign is how you see, it's the lens through which you see the world. Your Venus sign is your how you want to give love and how you want to receive love. Mercury is how you want to communicate and be communicated to. Mars is your relationship, like with the masculine energies in your life. So there's so much that we could look at. It's like looking at all these different windows in a house on all different sides of the house. You get a whole beautiful picture of your life. So I love it. And then also we entered Scorpio season, and so here's a pick a card for all Scorpios. Scorpio sun babies. There's a special birthday bonus reading in that pick a card, but there's, for everyone else, there's 5 other items to choose from in there. So if you want to check any of those out, there are messages from Spirit on all those. So, all right, that is the end of the messages. All right, let me just get this my desktop set up here so we can get started on the readings. And thank you guys so much for being here, and all the thumbs up. You guys just blow me away. I just really love all of the comments that you've been giving and all the wonderful just energy and love. And I just appreciate all the support so much. I did reach over 900 this weekend, so I'm only less than 100 away of reaching 1,000 or more. And that's when I'm going to be giving away 10 1 hour personal readings. So as soon as I hit that, I'll have a special video on how we can get the drawing all set up and find out who those 10 winners are. So I'm excited to do that too. You can probably tell I love doing readings, right? All right. So we will jump in here in a moment. Just want to say hello to everyone that's in the chat. Cynthia and Ling. Hello, hello. Dolphy Steven, Queen Bee, Rolling Stone Babe, and Jazz. Rishi, hello. JC, Erica Holloway. She is our winner of last week's 30-minute free recorded video. So I'm excited to get an email from you and we can get that personal reading started for you too. So congratulations. And Catherine, hello. Divine Light and Deb, love and light to you. Elpedia, hello. Jessica, Divine Light, and Sing. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we will get started. So, of course, we start at the top and I work my way down the list. So we will start with Cynthia. And you want to know, will Danny contact you again? You feel you messed things up yesterday and he blocked you. And will he contact you again or is he done with you? Well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has to say. We're going to use the good tarot for that. You know, Danny boy. Let's take a look here. What would you like? Okay, that one. What else for Cynthia? Those two and that one and that one. All right, let's see what's going on here. What does Spirit want you to know about this? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to start from the latest cards forward is what they want to do here. Because you've got the Tower card. And as soon as he said that, I kind of felt it. And I'm glad that the card came out to show it too. Because the Tower card represents that things are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose. So, people don't leave us, people don't block us, people are removed out of our life. They're moved out of our path to make movement in the direction that is more in alignment with our higher self and what it wants. And that's what I feel is going on here. So, you know, if what is meant for you will never pass you by, and so if you do something and someone, "Oh, you messed up, you're cut off," it's like, thank you for releasing me from that prison. Because if you have to walk around on eggshells and not be yourself, you know, it's not for you, right? And you got the Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups, which also represents, there's like three cups of the outside world that weren't pleasing us, and then we're offered this new love, this higher love that comes in. So I feel like there, with those two cards coming out together, it's very clear that Spirit's saying, like, don't worry about Danny. We moved him out of your life to make room for this love that is more in alignment with what they're wanting for you for your highest experience, which your soul is wanting. Because you do have both of these here. You've got the Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles, which is the number of change in the outside world. And so there is this movement of where you look for your sustenance from. And you're realizing that it's not humans, these fickle humans, all our human characters, that at a moment's notice, we can go into fear mode and cut you off, which is exactly, what Danny did, right? And humans do that when that little child inside of us feels out of control and scared. We'll fight or fight, fight or flight, right? We run or we fight, and people will fight and they'll put up the block and give you the cold shoulder. Usually, the Five of Earth actually will show someone that feels out in the cold and abandoned and that, but the whole change of that is that we move inward and upward, and we connect to this beautiful love from above, which is that Four of Cups in that picture. We find the love we're looking for in here, and then we fill up, and then the love from the outside doesn't feel so like we're desperate for it, like it's our livelihood. It's extra. We fill up with our meal and our first dessert on the inside, and then the outside is just second dessert and third dessert and fourth dessert. Whether we have it or not, maybe it's like Thanksgiving time where I'm like, sure, I'll take a third dessert. I'm gonna go on starvation diet until Christmas, but it's this uh, wholeness and this completeness that you find within you with that. And I like that you also have the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands, because this represents a change in your direction. And so, with you finding this wholeness inside, with this cutting off of, this reliance on this individual, you find this path and you're like, you know what? I normally was going to be headed in this direction, but now with this new awareness, this new love that's filling up within me, I'm going to take a detour off and go off in a different direction, which is very powerful for you. And here's the Strength card. This is you, your human self, your human character, your avatar. And over here is your higher self, that actor behind your character, which is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And your human self here is taught to look outside of itself for all its sustenance, right? Either in relationships or situations like job and stuff, and or your body and possessions, like things. And when it goes to each one of those, it is not satisfied. It actually doesn't fill up its stomach. It doesn't quench its thirst. It actually even sometimes makes it even more hungry and more thirsty. So eventually, our little human lion self, our character, we get hangry. We're hungry, angry, we're desperate to feel some wholeness, some completeness in our life, right? And this goes like for probably everyone in this chat room because it's human, our human journey. We come down here as that human character, that lion, and we're told to eat out there to feel full, and we do and we do and we don't feel full, and we eventually are this roaring lion in the jungle, just so hungry, so angry, so hungry, angry, hangry, right? And our higher self is always connected to us. In the beginning, we're not aware of our higher self, how powerful we are, because we wanted this experience. So it's not a punishment, it's an adventure. And while going through it, I know it doesn't feel like it so much. But then our higher self comes down, and it doesn't come down to, take us out of our misery or cage us to protect other people from us or try to control us with a whip and a chair like they do, in circuses and stuff like that. Because it knows what we're truly hungering for is the love from above, that Ace of Cups that you had in that Four of Cups, the beautiful connection to the higher realms. And so it comes down, and it's very convenient that our higher self is made of the unconditional love that we are wanting. And it just hugs us and it gives us all the love that we're looking for through our heart. And we transform from this roaring lion in the jungle to a purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling whole and complete and full and no longer thirsty. And then we fill up now that we're aware of our higher self, we walk hand and paw together through the rest of our life, and they're with us. And we experience life so much differently because we're full, we feel whole. And as this chalice that's full of this unconditional love, everyone gets the overflow. And then all that other stuff that people bring from the outside world is just extra above and beyond. That we're not like desperate for it and devastated if someone, you know, uh, brings it or not. And that's what I feel they're bringing the message for you right now, Cynthia. That I feel like that uh, his purpose in your life is done. Not that he's done with you and not that he blocked you, but that he's been removed from your life on purpose for this purpose, for this huge enlightenment, for this huge amount of love that's going to come into you and change your life. And this is happening for you, not to you. It's happening for you. So that's what Spirit has for you, Cynthia. So many blessings for you. All right, Ling, you are up next. And then Diva, you will be up after that. So let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sip. Hot tea. Whew. Okay. So S did ask you out for breakfast. Oh, okay. Should you go? Your main concern is that they still romantically with another lady. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. And thank you for the like. I really appreciate all the thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. Guys, thank you so much for all the thumbs up you've already given the video. Much appreciated. Okay. So let's take a look here. Is it in your highest interest to go out to breakfast with S? And this one right here is, are they still seeing someone romantically? And that's what we're going to look at first. Yeah. Two of Cups, Two of Water, love, love, love. So they're still romantically involved. Well, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, because you got the 10 of Swords, which is all about the, you know, uh, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, expectations. So there's still this wonderful journey that you're on here. Yeah, because, yeah, you got the Strength card, just like Cynthia just got about connecting to your higher self. And the Four of Pentacles is kind of what we talked about with the Lion. These three pentacles are relationships, situations, and things. And those three pentacles are the things that aren't fulfilling. So I feel like it's still all pointing you back inward for your inward journey. And it's up to you if you want to go to breakfast with them. I feel with that 10 of Swords, it's about letting go of expectations and kind of um, cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card is your journey about realizing that the outside things aren't going to fulfill you. Can everyone hear me? I think it's on. If you guys can give me like just something in there. It says Rishi says you can't hear me. Is that anyone else can hear me? Okay, so you can hear me. So I think it just might be you, Rishi, because other people can hear me. So thank you, JC, for letting me know. I'm all blah blah blah, and everyone's like, "Is he talking?" Okay, thank you guys so much. So Rishi, you might try just like refresh maybe, and then it might bring through the volume for you. So thank you guys for letting me know. But I really feel, for this Ling that you can still go to breakfast, but I feel like it will be to reinforce like you knowing that he's still seeing someone else. Um, that it's like, okay, let me just go sit and see what he has to say. And you're like, I hear you talking, but I see you're with the awareness, you're seeing through it, right? So you can still go and let them buy you breakfast. Hey, free breakfast, right? Little experiment for you. But that will be up to you. But they are still romantically involved with someone with that Two of Cups. So yeah, let me know what happens if you want. We're all what happens next week on Ling the Aries. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right, Diva, let's take a look here. You want a general for next week, and then Queen Bee, you will be up next. And I do want to switch over here to the Light Seers Tarot. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So for next week, what would you like Diva to know, please? Okay. What else, please? All right. So I like it. So you've got the temperance card, which is all about balance and patience throughout the week. But you have the three of cups, which is the joy, the celebration, the um, can be like a community hanging with friends ish. But I really feel this is a special message from spirit, like your spiritual posse, all your guardian angels and your spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side, your ancestor spirit, letting you know that you're not alone as you go throughout the week, and that communicate with them as much as you can throughout the week, because you also got this star card here, which I love the way they have the star card. It usually is the hope card and Aquarius energy, but I particularly like the way they do this because of this beautiful connection you have to the higher realms. And so I really feel like this week it's an important extra important to spend extra time connecting to those beautiful, beautiful beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. One, they'll give you direction, but two, I mean, that support, I think that's why I'm kind of like addicted to doing so many readings, because I get to feel their beautiful energy coming through for all of y'all. And it's a wonderful feeling. The more we do that, the more joy we have, because there is that joy on the other side. It's our natural state and it comes through. So the more we do that, the more that it just fills us up, right? So they definitely would like you to connect throughout the week, and just be patient and balance things throughout the week. You do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the endings and beginnings. The wheel continues to turn, things continue to unfold in your life, and things unfold there. So just trust that what is unfolding for you. And it makes sense now why Spirit, is saying, hey, talk to us. Because not only are they working on things that you talked with them before you came down here, these fated events that you wanted to experience throughout your life, they're always working on that. But you can reach out to them outside of that of your own free will and ask them for messages and synchronicities and answers and direction. And they love to communicate with us and interact in this beautiful life that we have. And you have the three of wands. So you do have this direction change. So this information, this wheel of fortune with some new information, with new things kind of clicking into place, you're headed in this direction and you're like, you know what? Now with this new information, I'm just going to kind of take a veer off here and go in a different direction. So there's going to be some adjustment to your path that you want to make because of this new information, the new information you're getting from spirit, the new things that are unfolding with that wheel of fortune changing. So, but it is always for our positive, unless there's like cards in there that are about conflict, that, things are changing to put you into a classroom. This is not a classroom. This is like a direction change for you that puts you in alignment with your new direction for your new path and your next adventure. So I'm excited for that. Hey Evie, welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. We'll get your reading here. And Slugger, yeah, you got all you have to do is if you're new to my channel, is of course you have to be subscribed to be able to chat. And then in the chat, you just put your question, and I go in order down the chat room as questions are asked. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. So we'll pull cards, and then the message will come through that way. So thank you guys for your patience as I do make my way down the list. So Delphi Stiva, that's what they have for you this week. All right, let me just expand the chat here and get a little more in here. There we go. Pardon me. So Queen Bee, you are up next, and then Rolling Stone Babe, you'll be after that. So Queen Bee, what's coming towards you in November? Oh, beautiful. And then what is Shedrick or any of the other loved ones on the other side, what they have to say? So we'll start here looking at for November for you. What would Spirit like you know about November? Okay, so these two. And then we'll, I do want to pull from the angel and ancestor deck, oracle deck for your message from the other side. So for November, you are really getting in tune with your psychic abilities, your intuition, your spiritual side. Because the Queen of Cups, not only does she rule over water, but she's given a second helping of water. So she's got double water, which is all the emotion, which is like the high priestess who withdraws and makes sure she steps away from everything and has her alone time, the quiet time away from all the chaos to listen and raise your vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, because that's the frequency at which the other realm speaks. But when we're in fear and this chaos, all this noise that we have down here, when they're whispering, it's like being in a hard rock bar with our volume at maximum and you can see lips moving, but you're like, what? What are you trying to say? And so when we get into quietness, we can hear a whisper so clearly and distinctly. And I feel like that's kind of what you're headed to in doing in November. Because you do have a wonderful, like a rebirth that's happening in November as well. And what this is about here are these other two cards, which you have the Ten of Swords, which is all about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your expectations that normally are making so much noise because it's like all this supposed to and should and need to and have to and must from the past that people, it's these popular opinions of everyone telling you who you're supposed to be and how things are supposed to be and all that. Well, you're tired of that. You're exhausted from it. 10 is endings and new beginnings. And you actually do have the Ace of Swords, which is opening up your mind. You're moving to a higher level here of, of connecting to capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love of the higher realms, which allows you to cut away these small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing a conditional love of the human world, of opinion. And so you're slicing away. And in doing that, it's opening up your life. And that's where this rebirth comes from, because you're kind of, in a way, dying to your old self, all these expectations, this story of this character that you're supposed to be, and you're opening it up more, because when we have so many expectations that have us restricted into this is who you have to be and how you have to exist, is you cut away those, it opens up your life and you get to see life in such a completely different way. And I feel like with you tuning in and taking time away and connecting to the higher realms, it's opening up that love, opening up that unconditional love, and you're seeing things in such a different way. So I like it. I like it. And then I do want to pull a quick oracle card here from the Angels and Ancestor Oracle deck for your message from Shedrick or Shedrick and any other of your loved ones who are on the other side. So what do you have for Queen Bee? You must have a lot of people on the other side, but we're not going to go through all those. Can we have just one card, please? Can you summarize? Okay, thank you. Wow. You have the Protection Guardian, which is drop your guard. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card, and opened right up to it. It says, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. The protection guardian is a feminine version of the archangel Michael. She is a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe, but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she is here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past, but that is not your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, like those 10 of swords, any limiting emotions and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. A lot of what we said in the other reading, too, right? The letting go of those limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and opening up to this higher love. So I love this message for you, Queen Bee. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right, Rolling Stone Babe, you are up next, and then Jazz, we will pull for you. So Rolling Stone is Jason seeing someone else. So let's take a look here and see what they have to say here. These guys, I swear, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So can you let Rolling Stone Babe know is okay. So you do have the Three of Wands, which for me, whenever I get threes, whenever we're asking about is so and so seeing someone else, if I get Three of Cups, that's like a yeah, because that's about emotions. But any of the threes for me really is about there's a third party involved. And so I feel like there is this change of direction, because there is three wands. So there's another wand, another cook in the kitchen. Um, and let me see here if you can tell us how how involved is this relationship, this third party here. So I got the Three of Cups that I was just talking about. So I feel like it's an involvement and is emotionally involved relationship. Wow. Yeah. So sorry to that you have to find out this way, but your intuition is so always right on, I feel. So you were just like, I just needed confirmation of a confirmation of a confirmation. So much love to you and many blessings. You hang in there. Uh, I tell you, what is going on with people? I know, and something for any of you that have experienced this where, I mean, I definitely had it in my life too, where I had several of my, partners that ended up going outside the relationship. And it sucks when it happens and it pierces the heart when it happens because of the fear we have. But, one of the things I realized, even with my mom, because my father had um, been unfaithful to her quite a bit in their marriage, and she thought it was her making him unhappy. And I'm like, well, no, he, you know, married a second time, a third time, and actually just got married a fourth time, which I really love. This is my favorite stepmom. She's wonderful. And my dad is in a different place in his life now because he was unhappy on the inside. And when someone's unhappy on the inside, we're taught other people are supposed to make us happy. So if I'm not happy and I'm with them, then it must be them. Well, they're not making me happy. Well, they're not making me happy. Well, they're not making me happy. It's like there's a common denominator in that all of that. And it's when we're unhappy, no one's going to make us happy. And so I find my happiness on the inside, then I'll find happiness reflected on the outside. So, any of you that have had that happen to you or have it happening to you or will have it happen to you, just know it has nothing to do with us. When someone else chooses to go out into outside of the relationship, it's because they're unhappy on the inside and they're just trying to find happiness on the outside. You're not going to find until they go in here. They'll continue going through, many people trying to feel happy. Um, so my heart goes out to all of you, Rolling Stone Babe. We're sending you a lot of love, a lot of support, and hang in there. All right. So, Jazz, you are up next. And then Rishi, you'll be up next after that. So, general read for tomorrow. Let's take a look. We're going to look in here at the Radiant Rider Waite. So, Jazz, what would Spirit like you to know about tomorrow? Tomorrow. No, not that one. Okay, that one. Okay. Anything else? Nope. All right. So for tomorrow is about um, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I feel with this hanged man here, this is about just hang around, literally. This is patience and look at things from a higher perspective. But I really feel with both of these together, because the Queen of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, and things unfolding. But I feel so much like this is just if you have like a vacation where you have tomorrow off, beautiful. If you can take tomorrow off or leave early and go spend time on you. This is what I feel. It's time to hang with you and to nurture yourself. Do something special, whether it is get a new do, or a massage, or a pedi, or a mani, or you know, go get a coffee and read a book, or whatever it is that is like, this is for me. Go take care of you tomorrow. It's about you hanging around with you and enjoying you tomorrow. So if you can get away from it all, I feel like that is like Mother Nature, too. If you can get out and go to a park or somewhere, even if it's too cold out where you're at or something, or too hot, depending on where you're at in the world, if you can go in your vehicle and have the heat and or the coolness while you enjoy the outdoors, or if you can get outdoors, just go sit out there and soak all in that beauty, and allow yourself just this uh, getting away from everything is what I really feel for you tomorrow. So if you have mental days or sick days or vacation days, tomorrow would be a great day for that for you. It's like what Spirit is saying. It's time for you. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. So much blessings for you. All right. So Rishi, oops, you are up next. And then JC, you will be up after that. So thank you so much, Rishi. And can you know why there were harsh consequences for setting boundaries with Dad? Uh-oh, poked the bear, did we? Let's take a look here. What would you like Rishi to know? Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, I like seeing that. Yeah. You got the Temperance card, which is patience and balance, and that coming in. Um, and you also have the Two of Swords, which is when how decisions are made. Decisions are made either out of the fear of losing conditional love. It's our mind, our human mind, or we make decisions based on our intuition and our gut connecting to the moon energy. Um, and what what I'm seeing here, one, they're saying just have patience with them. They reacted out of fear. And that's what happens when people have harsh responses. It's because we triggered their inner child, or we didn't trigger it, but the situation, their inner child was triggered, because we are going to be ourselves. When people trigger because of our actions, that's for them. That's for their journey. Their inner workings, right? And it happens on purpose for a purpose, right? So there's this, awareness that your boundary triggered that little inner child in your father that felt scared, unsafe, or out of control. Most likely, they felt out of control, like I've lost control of Rishi, and so it sparked. They went into this reaction mode, like a cat does when it gets scared. It just or it claws and runs away because it's scared. And so the harsh consequences, if they were, this is how our inner child is taught to try to manipulate other people. The first step of manipulation, so everyone can pay attention to this because this is going to sound familiar. The first thing that we all are taught to do, it's been passed down from generations to generations, is when someone doesn't do what we think they should be doing, we act sad, we act hurt, we act disappointed because we're all taught everyone's supposed to make us happy, right? And we're supposed to make everyone else happy. But we really focus on the everyone else is supposed to make me happy. So it's like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys hurt me like that," because we're want to them to go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we'll do it now." We're like, "Yes, we got what we wanted." But sometimes that doesn't work. So what do? We go to stage 2. So sadness, stage 1, bullying and anger, stage 2. We will give the mean, disappointed face, and we'll raise our voice and we'll throw a fit and rah, 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 to try to scare people into doing what we want them to do. And then if that doesn't work, we go to the final stage, which is stage 3, which is what most humans are afraid of, which is rejection. So it's the cold shoulder. Like if you live in the house with me and the sadness didn't work and my anger didn't work, then I'm going to slam the door, walk out of the room, or just pretend like you don't exist. Like I don't hear you talking, cut you off from sex, even, or whatever it might be, right? It's like, whoa. And, or if you don't live with people, they're going to be like, in the olden days, slam down the phone. Now it's disconnect, block, um, not reply to your text. Let your calls go to voicemail. Sound familiar? Oh, yeah. We've done it probably to others, and we've had it probably done to us too. And that's why there's harsh consequences, Rishi. When we freak people out, not freak people out, when people are freaked out because they feel unsafe or out of control as a reaction to our actions, they are going to flip out. They're going to uh, become animalistic, and they're not going to be loving. They're not going to even think in a clear way, because when a human goes into fight or flight mode, our blood rushes to our hands to fight or to our feet to run, and our body doesn't want us to think because it doesn't want us standing there going, is that a large lion or large tiger? Brah, and then we get eaten. They just want us to react. And so your father has reacted out of fear. And so once they calm down and they return back to their minds, you might get a different, you're going to get the loving dad back instead of the reactive little inner child that was having one of those manipulation tactic things, trying to feel back in control again. So I feel like they're telling you to have patience with dad. Things do work themselves out. They go back and forth, the ebb and flow of fear back to love, back to fear, back to love. Because you do have the Wheel of Fortune too, which is endings and new beginnings. It means things change in your life for the positive. So I feel like just give your dad time, and just know that it wasn't your dad that reacted that way. It was his little 2-year-old self that was freaking out because he felt out of control, because he's scared. He's scared that he's lost his control, and he wanted to feel safe. And now you are not, you know, under the control. You are like, I am my own person. And boundaries, oh, how dare a child put boundaries on their parent? Later they'll celebrate going, wow, like how strong you've become, and they'll end up seeing and being proud of you for it. But not in the beginning when you first put up boundaries, when you didn't have boundaries before. It shocks people. And so just know that that's the reaction, and you'll get the response, which is back when they're back in their minds, their response later. And so just have patience with it. But that's what they have for you, Rishi. So many blessings. All right, JC Marie, you are up next. And then Erica, you were just saying hello. So again, congratulations on winning the 30-minute free recorded personal reading this week. And for those of you that I'll try to post it again here at the end of this session. Or if you listen to the winner announcement that I just posted earlier, it tells you how you can sign up for the drawing, the weekly drawing on there as well. So congratulations, Erica. All right. So let me see here. So after JC, and then Catherine, you will be up next. Hey, Divine Light, Deb, Love and Light. All right. So JC, what's WT's intention? Let's take a look here and see what they would know. Okay. All right. So these three. Okay. Okay. So I got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a solid um, intention here. I mean, 10 of Pentacles is about a solid, beautiful, full, external world, a feeling of safety, a feeling of having all the things that um, would want in the outside world. So I feel like that is something that is on their mind. It's part of their intentions. They also have the Two of Wands here. And I feel like they're at this place in their life where they're really looking at their world here and they're going, what is it that, I want to have in my life? And they have the Two of Wands here, which is kind of like they're in this planning stage. They're going, what do I want? And what does this look like? And, they're like, is this what it looks like? And so, they're seeing, it's the house and the partner, and usually, yep, and they have the dog and even children, and of course solid financial stuff. And so I feel like they're in this planning of their outside world and all that. What's interesting is you also have the Judgment card, which is double endings, double new beginnings, which is also this journey of realizing you're so much more than the human world, and there's this calling for the upper world as well. It's like both of your spirits, um your souls, your spiritual side is calling you to this awakening, into this awareness. So I don't know if like both of you are on kind of a spiritual type of awakening path, you know where it's like things in the outside world almost seem like a game, and it's like things are just unfolding in a very, I feel like a kind of a unique way for both of you, that you're just seeing things through different eyes. Like both of you had like significant endings and significant new beginnings that just really kind of shook the foundation of your world, where you're kind of looking at what does success look like, what does the future look like. So I kind of almost feel like this is both of you that are going through this, like you've had some significant changes, but those are his intentions, or WT's intentions of, what is, this all about? What is this? Is that WT? What is this? WT? you know, it's what do I want? And so I think they're kind of figuring things out, and they're kind of at a fork in the road where they're really trying to determine what they want. But I feel like they're seeing you as part of that plan that's in there, but they're not quite sure what the plan is yet. They just have as you as one of the pieces on the game table. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where they're at right now. I don't feel like they've made these huge decisions yet. They're kind of just in this wandering type of energy. So that's what they have for you, JC. So many blessings for you. All right. Catherine, you are up next. And then Elpedia. Hello, hello. You'll be up after that. So, Catherine, how can you elevate your current energy to tune in to your higher self and serve your life purpose? Wow. Love it. Love the inquiry. And we are actually going to pull, okay, makes sense from the Seeker Oracle because you are obviously seeking. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. All right. So, what would you like Catherine to know? There it is. Wow. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it to focus in a little better. What a beautiful bird there. And it says, tell your story. So let's see what message comes in from Spirit on this for you. Let's get a quick sip here. Excuse me. So it says, we all have a history, a story to share. And by sharing our story, we share real life issues that often reveal that others have had similar experiences. It can bring people together. All of a sudden, they discover that they are not alone. There's no right or wrong way to share, but be discerning. There is a right time and a right place to share. And sharing at the right time can bring people together. Sharing at the wrong time could alienate people, especially if they too have been attempting to be heard. Be careful when you use your voice that you do not speak over others. To listen and hear others share their story is equally as important as sharing your own. Give yourself permission to tell your story, for it is your truth. Allow others to bear witness. Sharing your story is powerful. Owning it completely is to stand in your light and shine. Doing so may provide an opportunity to address any past issues that still cause confusion, heartache, or have you feeling afraid and angry. Sharing can bring clarity and help to dissolve the emotional bonds that anchor you to the moment. It can help you heal or transcend them. It can help you move forward with a lighter heart and spirit. So share what's in your heart and mind. The little bird says, sing your song, whether it be sweet or sorrowful, it is beautiful and powerful. Wow. So, how can you elevate your current energy to tune in to your higher self and serve your life purpose? It is sharing your story, sharing where you were and what you've learned and what you've come through. Because one, it helps you tune in because I know, like, I've written a few different books, and as you're writing things down, as you're sharing things, it's like spirit brings back memories of stuff, and you're just like, "Oh, I forgot about that. Wow, and that was such a big, huge, pivotal, I make up words too. A pivotal transition point in your life, and you don't realize these things until you start to share them, and then someone else shares something, and it triggers a memory, and you're like, "Oh my god, yeah, and then I went through something like that, but it this," and they're like, "Oh my god," and that triggers something in someone else. And it really helps us understand and tune in to this understanding of how far we've come, how strong we are, and it also tunes you into your life purpose. Something else that you can do too to tune into our higher selves is taking deep breaths, and as we kind of mentioned a little earlier, stepping away from the outside world and making sure that we're spending time purposely doing things to raise our vibration to that of our higher self. Because our higher self is a higher vibrational being, of course, a loving being who's made of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And so when we purposely raise our vibration and focus on that, then it expands our relationship and we can hear, we can see, we can feel, we sense things so much more clearly than when we're in the fear noise and everything's going around us and, doing all that kind of stuff. And as you connect more and higher to your higher self, then that's when you really connect to the love that's within your heart. And without being in this chaos and all these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets with life about all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos, that these dreams that were given to us on where we were told who we're supposed to be, when we get away from all that and we have this sitting in this beautiful quiet space feeling this love communication, we suddenly realize what makes our heart sing and how we uniquely want to share the unconditional love in our heart with the world in our own unique way, not all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos, but in our own unique way. And then that's when you sing your song. That's when you get to share your story and share this gift and your love with the world. So that's what they have for you right now, Catherine. I'm excited to see how you're going to do that. So many blessings to you. All right. Elpedia, you are up. And then Jessica Sample, you'll be next. Elpedia, you want to know, can you know whether you'll be doing your proposal defense for your PhD this semester? Okay, let's see what. Oh, actually, they want me to use the Witch Tarot. So let's take a look and see what they have to say. All right. And just looking down the list here. So, for anyone that's new to my channel, there is no special list. The chat is the list. You just have to be subscribed to the channel to actually chat, and then it will let you immediately into the chat after you subscribe. And then you just ask your question, and I go down in order as the questions come in. If you don't want to put your business out there, like you're like, well, I don't want anyone to know this question, just you can ask for a general reading, and spirit knows what you're wanting to know, and we'll pull a general reading and they'll bring through the information for you. So, and just appreciate everyone's patience as I move down the list. I try to get through as many as I can in about 2.5 hours. So we definitely try. So let's take a look here. So Alpedia, we want to know here if it's going to be this semester that you'll be doing your proposal defense for your PhD. All right. Well, you've got your King of Cups coming in here and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about, it's a fast moving energy. And the King of Cups is a balance between heart and mind. And I kind of feel like, let me see here. Yeah, you've got the Magician coming in here too. So I feel like there is going to be this opportunity for you to express your power and express what you have. So with this coming fast and coming quick, I do feel it's this semester that you'll be able to do that, because I feel like with that wizard, it is this, you know, uh, I'm being shown like Harry Potter, which I know is popular to a lot of people, but it's like it's in school and it's, they're having a test on the abilities, and that's what I saw with that. The Magician card is that you're able to put forward your power and express your power, and especially with that Knight of Wands, that's about fast movement, which means very soon. So I really feel that. In addition to the King of Cups, you also have the Queen of Cups. So it is about, this is emotional balance between your heart and your mind. And the Queen of Cups is all about trusting your intuition and really connecting to your emotions and connecting into that. Because I really feel like it's an important piece for you to trust your heart, not listen to so much everyone else's like, well, you should do, your defense this way, you should do it this way, or your proposal should look like this, it should do this, do this. Yeah, if you're looking for advice, consider it, but trust your heart and your intuition on what you want to do. Trust your gut. Don't like overthink it, because that King of Cups is the balancing of your heart and your mind. Just try to breathe as much as you can through it all. you know, don't let it overwhelm you. And don't worry about defending yourself. It's funny, defense proposal for your defense. The 7 of Wands is about not needing to feel defensive, that, here you are, with you, this is the Ace of Wands, like the Magician card here, and the Knight of Wands, which is you being able to pursue your power as well. So here you are expressing it, and there's other individuals, and you might have other individuals that try to poke holes in your proposal. Not the people who matter, you know, not the people who are determining, for the grades and for your, movement forward and all that. But these are other people who are jealous, and people who are like, why did you get to do it? I wanted to do it, blah, 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 blah. Right. And try to have compassion for them, because they feel they were already felt like they were down here and like you are up here. And when this happened, they felt they even got pushed off the radar. Right. So if you can in any way help lift them up, um, in any way, that will just help that situation. But try not to take it personally. Just know that it's because they feel very low, and it's not about you. This is about them. And they're trying to bring you down to be miserable with the rest of them, because misery loves company. They're like, why should you be happy? Come back down here. And you don't have to worry it. You're on higher ground. You'll move forward. But if there's anything you can do, even like, saying like, well, I'll, after I go through it, I'd love to, help you guys and let you know what I learned through it. And if you need any help with yours, I'd love to, bat around ideas with you guys too. It's like you include them, where you're helping them also rise along with you in a way. Whatever resonates, but trust your heart, trust your gut with that. But so good luck. I'm excited for you, Elpedia. All right. Many blessings. Okay, Jessica, you are up now, and then Divine Light, you will be up next. And Jessica, you want to know, can you have a reading of your future love? Absolutely. And I do, actually, I'm going to be pulling from the Runic Tarot. Let's take another sip here. All right. Very good. So, future love. Jessica. Okay. I like it. So far, so good. Okay. That's not bad. Anything else? Okay. And that one. All right. So 2 up, 2 down. I don't know what those other 2 are yet. But you've got the Empress card, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but it is definitely new birth and newness coming in, for future love. So you definitely have that coming. So great news there, right? And then you have the 7 of Pentacles. Not a bad card, but it's a kind of a patience card, which some people look at as, oh no, not the patience for love card. But it's good, because it's also that it's like this change in your life too. Because the 7 of Pentacles is like, seeing that the patience piece is that, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. And it's like, okay, I get it. Takes time for things to grow and to blossom, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes when we see the fruit start to appear, we're also like, what was I thinking when I planted, a prune tree or something, right? And you're like, there must have been something I was at that time of my life. But, I'm not in that anymore. I want guacamole. I want an avocado tree instead. And so there is this change of your outside world, the change of what you're looking for in your life and what you're looking for in love. And that's this birth of things happens after you make this change of your perception of what you're wanting. Okay. Well, it is coming fast and furious, though. You have the Knight of Wands, which is fast movement. Yeah, and you also have the High Priestess. So there is this. Okay, so they're saying that the new birth happens after you have this change of and this realization of what you really want, because the old fruit just doesn't do it for you anymore. The High Priestess is about you turning inward to understand those things. And as soon as you have like these two things, after these two things happen, you're looking at your inside and going beyond the veil into your subconscious, your unconscious, understanding your motivations and your desires, and this changes. That's when this comes in fast and furious. You have this new birth that comes in. It's almost like one day you decide, "Oh, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I want this." Then, boom, things start to happen. And I feel like that's what is coming for you, Jessica. So I like it for you, but they are kind of nudging you to really look at your past relationships and what you've had before, and you're just like, that was my supposed to's and what I thought I was told and what I think I wanted, but what do I really want? And it's like you're stepping away kind of just from and having a clean slate and going, okay, what do I really want inside me? Not my mind, but what do I really want? And so that's what I feel is coming for you. So many blessings to you, Jessica. All right. So, divine light, anything exciting coming your way? We'll take a look at that. And then, saying, you will be up next. So, divine light, let's take a look. Going to continue with the runic tarot. Anything exciting coming your way? What would spirit like you to know? Okay. All right. Well, you do have Page of Wands is a new inspiration, new spark, new well, I mean, that would be exciting, definitely, because it is uh, this new drive for something, this new spark and passion that takes you to something. Now, it does involve a tower moment, which this would be exciting as well, and being confronted by your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped in the past. But this is you being freed from this. The Eight of Swords is about you realizing this, and these are your thoughts and your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations, and you're freeing yourself from that, which takes you higher. And this tower is these things, these expectations, these situations that are a result of that this is being removed out of your life for you to make room for this newness that's coming in. So you do have this big change that comes in. This dragon comes in and burns down the tower that was holding you captive, and it blasted you out, and you're okay. You landed in the water and you survived without injury, but it did startle you because it just kind of took you out of your situation completely. But you've been doing a lot of thinking. You do have a little bit of a hermit time that's going to come up during this and right after it, which does draw you onto the insides to connect to your higher self. they usually will have someone with a big lantern and a big star in it, which is your higher self and your spiritual posse, helping guide you on your path. So I do feel like you are going to have this major change that happens in your life. Something gets removed significantly out of your life, whether it's a relationship or a job or uh, home, a car, possession. Something is moved, but just realize it's happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's something getting moved to make room for this new excitement and this new power to come in. So I like it. And let me see. I just want to peek. Is okay. I was going to ask him, can I dig a little deeper in what area of this life is this in? You have death and rebirth coming, so it definitely is this change. I don't feel like it's a physical death of anyone, but there is an ending of something for the new beginning, and you have the 5 of Wands. So it's gonna be an area where you're having a lot of conflict now, a lot of fiery energy around, and that's where the whatever area of your life that there's this huge struggle in, that's where the change happens. So you know what that is, and that's all that matters. I don't need to be that nosy. But that's what they have for you, Divine Light. So many blessings for you. All right. So, Sang, you are up. And then, hey, Shoeberry Smith, you will be next. So, let's see here. Sang, what blessings are coming towards you soon? All right. Anything else? All right. I would say so. So, uh, you have the 3 of Pentacles coming up. And the 3 of Pentacles is about you staying to your authentic path and doing you. Don't, you know, alter who you are or your course or anything because you're afraid that you're gonna your actions are gonna get negative blah 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 coming from someone, right? Someone that's always poking at your life, going, "You shouldn't do it that way. You do it this way." Da, da, da. They're always finding something wrong, right? Those people, you're like, "Oh God, I just don't want to hear it." And so sometimes you'll just veer so you don't have to hear them, or they're saying, "No, stick to your authentic path." And then there's people that support you and you feel are always in your corner. You don't want to disappoint them. So sometimes you'll veer to their suggestions. They're like, "No, don't pay attention to any of them. Go forward and be your authentic self and move forward with that because that's what's going to bring you joy." You got the 3 of Cups here, which is the joy and celebration card. It is about that you're supported, you have community in the physical world, but this is also a message from your spiritual support team. You are surrounded by a huge group of people. You've got your guardian angels and your spirit guides, your loved ones who are on the other side, your ancestors, get spirit, the creator, unicorns, fairies, leprechauns, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. You're surrounded by them and supported by them, and they are always speaking to you, and you can hear him if you do raise your vibration to that of their level. So just know that you're supported in your path, your authentic path, and that they're so proud of you when you, live this true you in your life. And so try not to let the physical characters of the world draw you off your path. Because you do have, so you have a 3 and a 3, and now you have a 6 and a 6 as well. And you have a significant 6 here with the Lovers card. So you do have this love that'll be coming towards you when you are your authentic self. Because when you're trying to be who you think other people think that you should be, you're not being your authentic self, and that is what's going to attract the person to you that's for you, is when you are being you and you're not pretending or having to feel like you have to walk around on eggshells and like those other people. They're going to love you for you, and they're going to be one of your supporters, and they're not going to be telling you who you should be and supposed to be. They're just going to be like, wow, I love who you are. don't ever change, and that's what is represented here with the Lovers card. And you have the Six of Swords here, which I really feel with these threes and threes and sixes, they're all related. That the Six of Swords is about moving from rough waters to calmer waters. And you also, it's about changing of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, and you're moving them in a different direction. So I feel like this has to do with you adjusting these beliefs that you've had about yourself that have been trapping you and altering your course, and you're letting these things go, and you're standing up more to be who you are authentically on the inside. So I feel like this is a time of wonderful joy and transformation and freedom that's coming your way. So I consider that a blessing for sure. So that's what they have for you, saying so many blessings to you. All right. Shoeberry Smith, you are up now. And then Fifi, you will be up next. Hey, Miss King, heart to you too. And let's take a look here, Shoeberry. How does R feel about you? So let's take a look here. What is R feeling for you? Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right. So you have the Judgment card here, which is XX, double endings, double new beginnings. There's also this Ace of Swords, which the Ace of Swords is about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations. And for me, this is new thoughts, new beliefs. And then also the Three of Wands, which is about new directions. And I feel like with all three of these, that they have just had this, whatever's going on with them has had this, I don't know why the word epiphany is coming in, but it's almost like, wow, what is happening? What is going on in my life? It's like they got smacked upside their head, or more so got knocked off the fence, and they are just like in a daze, and they're just like waking up, and they have this change of their mind of what's going on with my life and what do I want, and they have this change of direction in their life. So whatever hit them, um is this adjustment, and I feel like they're being rerouted away from you, because you have the Hermit card that's coming, which is like you are being moved into your inner and upward and on your inner search here, which I show that that is like this, the path of inwardness, not so much like another individual in your life right now. And I feel like they're being rerouted out of your life for you, so that you can go inward, and you're going to have some amazing things happen on this inner journey. But I feel like they're being, what hit them upside their head was their higher self, because the Judgment card is our soul, um, that calls our human into a different path, or wakes us up. It's a calling of sorts. And I kind of feel like they're like, hey, come on. Psh, and they took them in a different direction so that you can have this inner search right now. So, if they suddenly distance themselves, just know that it wasn't, like, oh, wow, I'm repelling them. It's like, no, they were moved so that you could move inward. It's like your soul is doing that for you, for this inner search, for this inner transformation that is coming up for you. So I feel like they did have a change of mind and a change of direction that's coming in their life. And you're just like, okay, thanks. You know, it's like, I don't want to use the term here on YouTube. I don't want to get blocked, but it's like when you have a best friend, and you're meeting someone, like someone comes up to you in a club or at a party or something, and they're hitting on you, and then a friend comes up and goes, "Hi, how are you?" and they just kind of stand there and stare and make it really uncomfortable for the other person to walk away. And you're like, you just blocked me. And that's kind of what I feel Spirit is doing for you right now. They're like, I know, I'm doing it for you. I'm your best friend. So we're taking you in this other direction. So I know you're like, what? But that's what they have for me right now, Shoeberry. So many blessings for you. I don't know why they're being silly, but there you go. All right. So Fifi, you are up next. And then let's take a look here. And then EV. So you will be up next. We're going to get to you this time. I appreciate your patience and welcome. Thank you for coming back to the lives. All right. So Fifi, you want to know S's feelings towards you. Let's see here. Anything else? Okay. So they have the Eight of Pentacles here, and the Eight of Pentacles does represent like this movement in the outside world. Things are moving up, things are changing in that outside world. And I feel like that there is going to be some communication that's coming in, some clarification and some messages from the outside world too for you. Um, I was gonna say because I one of my rings here, yeah, this is one of my rings here is the actual rune that's on there. I can't really see it, but it's this one right here, which is about uh, answers. It is about communication and news that will be coming from the outside world for you. So there is this change that's coming. The Two of Pentacles, though, with it coming in here, is this is the card of balance and this card of things in the outside world that it's like almost this power of choice. Everything that comes in the outside world is either going to be of unconditional love of above or the fear of losing conditional love. And it's usually this balancing of the upper and the lower realms that's coming in. And it's interesting because you also have the King of Wands, which the King of Wands is the highest connection you can have energetically, which is what the fire is all about. The wands is all about, which can represent your higher self and those, uh, you know, the connection to the higher realms. So I kind of feel like there's this dual story going on for you. One is this balance in between the heavens and the earth, your spiritualness with the physical world, and this wonderful combination of ebbing and flowing between them, and that it's okay to do that, and that they don't have to be this warring faction between the two. And then there is this, asking about their feelings for you. This is a movement up in the outside world. The Two of Pentacles can be that there is this coming together of two individuals, and the King of Wands is a lot of fire coming in and a lot of action being taken. So I feel like in the very near future, because especially with that Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands, there is this opportunity that shows itself in the outside world for you guys to meet again, whether it's a party here in a day or two, like they call you up and, hey, do you want to go to this Halloween party with me? Or we're having this gathering, do you want to go? Or, hey, there's this cool thing that's coming. Do you want to go with me? It's like they're inviting you to somewhere where it's an opportunity for you guys to hang out together. And I feel like it's coming fast with that King of Wands because it just feels like there's this not urgency, but immediacy that's happening. So I feel like this is going to be something here within days. Like especially if it's for Halloween, it's tomorrow. But I feel like if it's something different, that it's like by the end of the week that you'll get some sort of communication from them about hanging out again together somewhere. So that's what we have for you, Fifi. So enjoy. Many blessings. Sorry, got an itch. Okay. All right. So Evie, we get to you, and then Slugger. Good. So you posted your question, so we will go to you next. So Evie. You're a Libra, and she is a Pisces. Are you ever going to reconcile or hear from her again? Okay. Well, let's take a look here. I'm going to switch to the good tarot. Let's see what they have to say. All right. Don't know why I'm suddenly hearing Taylor Swift song, but it's instead of never, never, ever getting back together, it's are we ever, ever, ever going to get back together? So let's take a look here. Okay. Anything else? All right. Okay. Um, so you have the three of fire here, which is the three of wands. I kind of talked about that a couple of times already, where this is like a change in direction that you're making. So are we ever going to reconcile? I don't feel like you are. I feel, but it's you that's going to make these changes because you have the three of fire. You have the major arcana three, which is the Empress, new birth, Mother Nature. And I feel like you're really looking at what is best for me. And is that really a best thing for me? And you're like, no, you know what? I'm going to change the direction. I'm going to not wait around. I'm making this movement because you also have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Earth, which is about things moving up in the outside world. There is this change that's happening, which can be, a job change. It can be a location change. It can be a body change. Um, Education, and it can be change of relationship too, and doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, but maybe friendships or family, or it can be something is moving up in the outside world, and it changes your perspective. This new birth, this new thing that's going on, it just sparks something where you're just like, you know what? I don't need it anymore. I don't want to invest my energy on that. I'm going to take this switch and go in this different direction. So, um, I feel like you're not gonna reconcile, and I don't see any, like, swords, which would be communication, so I don't feel like you're gonna hear. At this point, though, I think with this change that's happening, you're not gonna care. You're gonna be, like, so excited about this new direction that you're taking in your life that it's not even gonna be something on your radar anymore. So, I'm excited to see what this is that's coming up for you and taking you into this new direction. So, um I like it for you. Definitely a new place. And there's always more fish in the sea, more Pisces in the sea. But that's what they have for you, Evie. So appreciate your patience with me getting to you there. And it's very short and sweet, which is great. We love those messages, right? Boom, boom, boom. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right, Slugger, you are up next. And then, hey, Perfect Love. Yes, thank you so much for it's a good reminder that thanking you guys for all of you that have given a thumbs up on the video already. It means so much. It helps. It might seem like a small thing, but just a little click does so much to the YouTube algorithm, and it helps my other videos get shared on YouTube. So thank you guys all for who have clicked that like button. I'm so grateful for that. All right. And then Christopher Swinehart, you will be after Slugger. So let's take a look here. What's in store for you and Aiden in the next month? Oh, a lot of tension, but not sure what it's leading to. All right, Slugger. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know over this next month between you and Aiden? All right. All right. So I do see there has been a lot of tension. You have the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands. There's been a lot of energy invested in just maintaining different types of emotions. And I almost feel like walking on eggshells that time. And then, it builds up and then it blows up and then it shrinks and then it blows up and then everyone's pulling inside and then blowing up. And there's not like this clear communication that's going on there. And, you know, I really I feel like where it's leading to here, I mean, you've got Page of Water, which is new love, and then you also have Page of Earth, which is new opportunities in the outside world. And then you have Three of Water, which can represent celebration, but when it's emotional, it's can also be that there's like multiple people involved. It's like there's a third party that's interfering in the relationship. And I feel like, especially with the Page of Earth and the Page of Water, that I kind of feel like this is exploding too much where it's not healthy anymore. It's like it gets to the point where, the Three of Water is like, well, maybe it's best if we see other people, kind of thing. And it's like, what? But, and then this opens up new opportunities for emotions and new opportunities, new things opening up in the outside world. So I almost feel like it's to this point where it's just like, I just can't take it anymore because um it's like you're just afraid, to say anything or do anything because it just creates these outbursts and these things. And you're just like, it's not a way to live. We're not living. And I don't want to end up hating you, so what maybe it's best if we just kind of step away and take a break or, you know, um, like I said, see other people and type of thing is the kind of the energy around it, which, everyone has different things that are okay with relationships, but whatever is what you want, that's the most important thing. Um, that don't be afraid to settle for anything that's not what you want in this situation, because you have these opportunities for new things in the outside world, new love in the outside world. And so, if it's like not worth all the, you know, they're showing me like you waking up and there's a stick of dynamite and you're like, oops, okay, put that one out. But what if I can't put out this tension and this piece of dynamite and that piece of dynamite? You're just waiting for it to explode. And it's like that's no way to live. And you don't have to. Um, but that's kind of what I feel with this tension and where it's headed and where it's going toward. It's like, why wait for it to explode and to hate one another, right? You don't have to. You can, make the choice. That 10 of wands, that 10 of fire is you're exhausted and it's time for an ending and a new beginning of where you're investing your energy. That's what I feel spirit has for you. I know. It'd be like, isn't it would be nice if spirit was like, okay, we're just going to do a little spell and a voodoo doll, and then he's just going to be the perfect person for you. But that's not the way it works. But that's what they have for you, Slugger. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, Christopher, you are up next. And then Imelda, you'll be after that. All right. So let's take a look here. Christopher, what is in your future? Let's see what spirit would like you to know. Okay. All right. So you had the Six of Water, the Six of Cups, and I really feel for you that this is someone from your past that's coming back into your life. Not not anything bad, because you actually are sparked by it. You have the Eight of Fire, which is a lot of energy coming in, a lot of passion. So I feel like it's someone, that you're reuniting with, that you're like, wow, it's like a surprise. Nothing that you were expecting. That Eight of Wands is about sudden out of nowhere, and you're just like, boom, like bumping into someone that, the one that got away, and you both were married and or in relationships, and da da da, and you're like, okay, lost the chance, and then now you're both single, and you like bump into each other, and you're like, hey, hey, and you're just like, what's going on? And in this new beginning, I mean, you've got the Empress, new birth, new beginning, nurturing, wonderfulness that comes in, this beautiful harvest feeling that comes up in your future. So whatever this is, the spark, this thing, rebirth that happens, and if you are married, then it's the old relationship, the old feelings gets like rekindled and resparked. So there is this, the old passion that ignites back into your life, and I really like that because you have the star card here, which is the Aquarian energy, and it's really the hope, the brightness, the star is you, your higher self. And I feel like, the this situation feels like a bright star on a very dark night. The moon's not even out. It's like, in this case, I know the moon was out, but this is like even more of a contrast. Like, you just have this like kind of, I almost feel like it's you having a crappy day in a way. Like, you just feel like nothing's just going right. And you're just like, ugh. And that's when, boom, that's like this, suddenly this bright, bright light in your life, and on this day at this point, and this is what unfolds. So I like it for you. Very cool. And if that person happens to be an Aquarian, that might even be giving you an idea of who it is, or if you're an Aquarius, but because the star card's the Aquarian energy. But I like it for you. So there you go, Christopher. All right. Many blessings. Imelda, you are up next. And then, let me see here. Samriti, I don't see that you asked a question. But let's take a look here. Imelda, we will look at yours first. You'd like a general reading. I kind of want to switch up cards here. And then I am going to, the Radiant Rider Waite. Let's take a quick drink here. All right. Boom. So, general reading for you, Imelda. Anything else? Okay. All right. So, you definitely have a lot on your mind, which is all right, because it just means that your Saturn energy is in its bloom. It's Capricorn energy. It's that your beliefs and your mindsets and your attitudes are being challenged here, because you've got your Eight of Swords, which is all your thoughts and beliefs that are making you feel blinded and bound and trapped, and that are causing conflict in your life, because you're like, have been feeling like people are challenging your thoughts and beliefs about life and yourself and who you're supposed to be and should be, and blah 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 blah, right? Which then causes these battles of expectations. And that's what that shadow energy is there for, that devil card, because it is a time of your life where your cage is being rattled, so you can see that the door is actually ajar to the cage. It's not even locked, it's not even completely closed, it's open. And it rattles it enough where it opens it more, and you're like, oh wait, there's a door. And it's allowing you to be free from that, because you do have the Four of Wands. So here's all your expectations on the wall that you were trying to live up to around relationships and situations and things. Here's the Ace of Swords, where you're sleeping peacefully because you've seen things from a higher perspective and you've cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that are no longer serving you. And they're like, what are these thoughts about? Well, it's about love. It's about your beliefs about what love is supposed to be, who you're supposed to be in love, and who they're supposed to be in love, and relationships, and what's going on with that. And there's this clarity. And it doesn't necessarily need to be like romantic relationships either. It can be friends or family or work or uh, schoolmates, whatever it might be. It's always about those Two of Cups. It's about your relationships between these people. And it's good because with this rattling of the cage, with this understanding and clarity that you're getting around relationships and your old beliefs that are no longer working for you, the new beliefs, the new things you have, brings you wonderful things into your life. You have the Queen of Cups, which brings you into your power around your emotions, and then the Queen of Pentacles, which brings you into power in your outside world and your worth and how you feel about who you are in relation to the outside world. It brings new birth and abundance and these feelings of wholeness into your outside world, but especially also in your emotions. You are able to, the Queen of Pentacles rules over Earth, so it has that stability, but she also gets a helping of water. So she's half earth, half water. But the Queen of Cups is water and she gets another helping of water. So double emotion, which allows you to really connect to your intuition, to your gut, really get into the depths of your emotions, understand yourself too. But it allows you also to feel a lot of beautiful, beautiful emotions because you're no longer feeling, this restriction anymore. You've have been set free from this to where you have this freedom that comes in. So I really like this. So you probably have been experiencing, when that devil card comes in, that's our shadow, our inner child in disguise. And they bring in this wonderful, uh, non subtle messages. Like if you have beliefs about, I'm not worthy to for someone to be faithful to me. You might have this friend, their husband cheats on them, this friend's girlfriend cheats on them, this friend's, spouse cheats on them, this person's, girlfriend cheats. It's like you just get it all over the place and you're like, oh my God. And it's all these messages that are being brought into your face, not in subtle ways. Like one week, it was like in a matter of 7 days, I had my mom contacted me because her neighbor had passed away, and then someone else had like a significant mentor of theirs pass away. Someone's husband passed away. Another person's, best friend passed away, and someone else, it was like I had 5 people that had people pass away, and I'm like, okay, so what is this message for me? Because it's like one of those things where it's so obvious that there's like, okay, there's some message here. And I feel like that's what's been going on with you regarding your beliefs around relationships. And that's what they're bringing up for you to look at, because it does set you free and allows this wonderful, wonderful changes to come forward. So that's what they have for you, Imelda. So many blessings for you. All right, let me take a look here. Hey, Intuitive Enlightenment, welcome, welcome. See, I don't see a message there. So, Samruti Patil, if you are still here, you wanted to ask a question. And of course, I don't need to know what it is. Spirit knows what you were wanting to ask. So, we're going to pull some cards for you in case you are still here. Let's see what we got. So, what did you want, Samruti Patil? Patil? I'm probably murdering that. My apologies. Okay. What else? All right. So it seems like you have an emotional choice that's coming up for you. And it's like you are moving from this place of like the answer doesn't feel very obvious to you. It's like almost like there's so much going on around you, and it's not really creating emotional confusion, but it's just like overwhelming because of the amount of emotional choices that you need to make in your life right now. And what spirit is saying, it's important for you with this high priestess to step away from it all. If you can physically get away from it all, if even it's going to a room and been able to close it off, and where you can't get disturbed, or if you can get away, and even if it's for a weekend or a day or half a day, or go with friends somewhere, just get away from the situation, because it'll allow you to get into this quietness. And if you can get away by yourself, even better, because in that quietness and that stillness, you can connect and you can take a deep breath and you can just really see things from a different perspective, because the high priestess allows you to connect higher, connect deeper, go beyond the veil, and just really even ask your spiritual, support team on the other side, just, I need answers. I need some clarity. Can you bring this to me? And you will. You'll get this answer. You'll get the clarity by stepping away from it all and by breathing and going to this different place. So I do like it for you. You will find the clarity. Breathing, so important. Deep breaths. You can get away to a temple, whatever your spiritual beliefs are. If your temple is the woods or a park or a real temple of any kind, it's like just get away from it all and seek higher guidance, because they will provide answers and clarity and confirmations for you. So that's what they have for you, Samruti. So many blessings to you. And if there was a different question, you're still here, pop it down below and I might be able to get to it. So all right. And thank you, Rishi, for answering them. They didn't seem to respond after that, but that's okay. And so, Tanasha, if you are here, you can ask a question. I don't see that yes one down there either. And so anyone that is new to my channel, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel to be able to chat. It lets you immediately in to chat. And then you just post your question. And and then I go and order down the page. If you don't want your business out there, understandable, you can just ask for a general reading and spirit will know. I'll just pull cards for it. So I don't see a question asked. So I'm going to keep going. And Ling, you said you rewind to read 2 of Cups. Will it not only be... All right, so Ling, we were going to you next anyway. So you said, what will your November love life be like? And is that what we asked in the beginning? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I see what you were saying. So Ling, for your first reading that we mentioned at the very beginning, that I asked, is he seen someone else? And he got the 2 of Cups, which means like he is romantically involved with someone else. So that's what I was saying with that, is that I was specifically asking, is there someone else? And they're like, yeah, there's this romantic relationship that's going on. So that was a yes, that he still has something connected him over there as well. So that's why I was like, it's up to you if you want to go check it out. But that was a big yes on that question. And for your love life in November, we'll pull some cards for that. And if Tanasha, if you're still here, you definitely can ask a question and I'll still answer it in order here. If you're here, put something down below. I'll check it real quick. All right. All right, Ling, let's take a look here. Well, I feel like you're going to have someone from the past going to come back into the picture here because you have the Ace of Wands and the Six of Cups. So I feel like for November, this is someone that's coming back into your life that sparks kind of ignite between you two guys. You do have the Page of Swords, which is new communication coming in. So you might just be get this text or this communication from them somehow that sparks it. But also, this is about new thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets. So I feel like you're with whatever like this didn't connect before, you've changed and you have different expectations, different ways of looking at things to where before it might have been like, oh no, no, no. Um, and suddenly now you're in a different place in your life. You're a different place in what you're looking at and looking for and understanding about yourself. And it's like, oh, huh, there's something there where there wasn't something there before. So, yeah, I kind of feel like, uh, and hopefully, if that's what was his name, Jay? No, let me see, S. So I wonder if I don't think that's S though. This is someone completely different. I feel so. There you go, Ling. Enjoy your November love life. Sounds like you are on an adventure. All right. So we'll keep going down the list here. Happy Sunday to you, Sebnem. And we'll give you a general reading. And then Cheryl Lee Rodriguez, you will be next after that. So let's take a look here. A general reading for Sebnem or Sanem, if that B is silent. I'm probably murdering it. My apologies. So let's take a look here. General read. All right. So I do feel like you have been through a wonderful adventure and journey. You can see you've come all this way and learned all this stuff, and you've had a lot of um, I'm gonna say a burden, but it's been a journey. You've been through it, right? And you've learned a lot, you've gleaned a lot from it, but you're ready for a renewal, right? To come in. So and it is on its way. You have this beautiful Two of Cups, which is this emotional connection with someone that's going to be unfolding for you. And I really like that. If you're in a relationship now, then it's, it's this respark, this rejuvenation that comes from it. I don't feel like it's um if you're in a relationship, it's not like, oh, I found someone new. It's like this new thing that pops in, right? So um and I kind of feel like I don't feel like you're in a relationship now because you have the Nine of Swords here, which there's all these expectations that you've been trying to live up to. It's the insomnia nightmare card. You also have the Five of Swords, which is about conflict. You have these odd number swords cards, which represents like normally the even number cards are like, twos and fours and sixes and eights, which means there's this nice flow that's going on in the middle. So mental flow, peace of mind, wonderful thoughts flowing. When you get an odd number, it's like whoop, something gets stuck right there in the middle, which is like in your face. And so you've had these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that have been really just rattling around. And I feel like that's where like a lot of that, stress comes from is all this, flock of things that are always around you. But this is a good sign because the 10 of wands is about you moving into a different mindset, a different way of looking at things. Whatever the stuff that was coming up that you're just like exhausted from trying to live up to all these expectations and you're ready to like let it go, let it go, let it go. Because it's not serving you anymore. You don't want to invest energy in it anymore because you have the Judgment card too. So double endings and double new beginnings, things really changing in your life, and you've got this wonderful, this is like your higher self that's showing you you're so much more than your physical self. You're also this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. It's allowing you to see things from a different perspective. It's allowing you to clear away a lot of these mindsets, these things that you were taught about yourself growing up, that you took on and believed because that's what you do as children. We're just flooded with all these opinions and we're like, oh, it must be true. But you have been having this awakening during this beautiful, journey of the 10 wands. And that's like there's all these points of enlightenment that you've had as you went down the path. And now you're really opening up to the beauty of who you are and what you have to offer. And you're, like I said, these mindsets, you're like, why do I believe that? That's not true. And you're cutting these beliefs away, which does bring in this beautiful um, relationship, this beautiful closeness in your life too. So I like it for you. So many blessings for you. That's what Spirit has for you, Sebnem. Great. So JC, you are very welcome. And then Cheryl Lee, you are up next. And then and welcome, welcome. You'll be next after that. Catherine, love it, Catherine. All right. So, is your ex trying to get your energy? Cheryl Lee, let's take a look here. What would Spirit like you to know about that energy? Okay. Let's see what we have here. I don't think it matters. Because here's you. It's like, boom, try to mess with the Queen of Wands. This is your energy. The Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your overall energy. You hold your wand. I almost feel like it's like, look at my magic. Here's my wand up here. You can't reach it. I almost feel like it's like they're showing me for some reason Austin Powers, and they had like little mini me, and they were holding him away, and he's like punching, but his arms can't reach him because he's so far away, right? And I feel like that's what they're saying. Like he can try, but he can't handle your energy, right? He can't. And you have the Four of Wands, which is all about joy and balanced energy. You have the Three of Cups, which is joy, this joy and celebration. And I feel like you just stay happy, you just stay celebrating, you just stay glowing and let your energy flow and be you, and just know that he can't touch that, you know, can't touch this, right? And that you have this mighty power that you get to direct where your energy goes, and no one can take it. The Spirit's been giving me this wonderful example, like um there's this spiritual belief that there's energy vampires out there and they can come and take my energy. And it's like, no, it's like you have to invite them in your home in order to give them access. And so, like a vampire comes to your door and you open it up and they're like, I want to come in. Let me come in. And you're like, no, ain't going to happen. And they're like, oh, come on, let me in. And you're like, no, I refuse. You can't come in. And then they're like, okay, well, I need two pints of your blood then. And if we're like, oh, okay, hold on, let me go get it. And you withdraw 2 pints of blood and you go over and you give it to them. You didn't have to. You can be like, you're crazy. Slam. So you don't have to give away your energy. You don't have to give into it at all. You own where your energy goes. Whatever you focus on is where your energy goes. So if they can get you to focus on them, like what's missing in your life or what you don't want in your life, then your energy is going there and it's expanding and growing that. But if instead, like that joy and celebration card, If you focus on what you're grateful for in your life and what you want in your life, then your energy is going there and you're not giving it anywhere else. I think it was Will Ferrell. Someone asked, what do you do with the people that, you know, say that, this about your comedy and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, it don't bother me. I don't have time. He goes, I invest so much of my energy in people I love and care about and that support me. I don't have anything left over for them. And I love that attitude, right? So that's what they have for you, Shirley. So many blessings for you. All right. So Sa'a, you'll be up next, and then Kay. Hey, Kay, you'll be up next after that. I love that, Catherine. Yes, it's time to share your success story. I know you're like, oh, it's all right. Beautiful. So, why has Berm been treating you bad? Okay, let's take a look here and see what's going on there. All right. So this Six of Wands here is really standing out. And this is about, recognition. And I really feel like the actions that they've been exhibiting toward you have been as a result of them feeling, I don't want to say insecure, that's such cliche, but insecure. they're like, they're feeling low and they are feeling out of control and they're feeling afraid in ways. And so it's like their inner child is being activated. And so they're not in their right mind, they're in their animal mind, which is like, a cat. When you are holding a cat with claws, of course, it has to have claws. And they're like, you know, uh, someone slams the door and the cat doesn't go, hey, can you put me down? I'm about to freak out. No, they go, "Meow," and claw marks up and over your head as they run to hide, or they get scared and they're all, you know. And so that's what humans do when they go into fight or flight mode. When that little child in of us feels unsafe or out of control, it does what it feels it needs to do to feel safe again. And I feel that's what's going on with them with that Six of Wands. They're feeling like they're not being recognized. They're feeling transparent. They're feeling abandoned. They're feeling out in the cold for some reason. And so, that's what their reaction is coming from. I feel like, because you have this Eight of Pentacles and you have this Strength card too. I feel like something's been going on in your outside world that like this movement up, you are being recognized, you are being moved forward in some different ways, whether it's friendships, like some sort of relationships are progressing and moving up, or work or school or your body or your possessions or your bank account, to where it made them like they already felt they were down here, and then they thought you were up here already, and then you went up further where it felt like they fell off the map. And I feel like that's what's triggering them, is there's this jealousy and low self-worth that just makes them feel like they're nothing. And then something great happened in your life which made them not celebrate with you but go, well, I'm really, really nothing. And I feel like that's why there's this backlash that's happening. They do have your Queen of Swords here. So, the Queen of Swords is about balance in your heart, which your heart's in a cage down here. So try not to be so much in your mind. Allow your heart out a little bit to have this balancing of your heart and your mind with the situation with them. Just knowing that their actions are not about you, it's about what's going on inside of them. And, um, allow your heart to feel what it wants to feel, and make decisions based on the balance between your heart and your mind with that too. But that's what's going on with them, and that's why they're acting the way they are. And so it's not meant to impact you. It's like when you swim out to rescue someone who's drowning and they're freaking out. And so their arms are flying around and psh, they hit you. And you're like, why did you hit me? I'm trying to come and help you. They're like, and they grab onto you and pull you underwater with them. And you're just like, why are you trying to kill me? And you just like grab them and you take them to shore. And after they calm down and they feel safe again because they don't feel like they're going to drown, they're like, oh, hey, it's you. They didn't even realize who you were because they were in their cat mind. They're and now when they calm down, they realize who they are and what's going on. But if it happens all the time, then you have to decide if that's something that you want to be around. If you're always picking up the cat that is always getting scared really easy and it's clawing you, do I want to pick up the cat anymore? It's like, no, I can have them declawed, but you can't really declaw someone else, another human, because they are responsible for their triggers. You can't do any of that for them. Yeah. And then the Queen of Cups came flying out here, which is about you trusting your gut and trust your intuition. So if your intuition is telling you, then follow that. Follow your intuition. Because again, with that Queen of Swords, balance in your heart and your mind, that Queen of Cups is double water, double emotion. So they're like, pay attention to your gut instincts for sure. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings for you. All right, Kay. Hey, hey, hey. You are up next. And then Harsh Metin, you will be up next after that. So let's take a look here. What Eli felt today when he saw your Instagram story. You are very welcome. Let's take a look here. Very interesting. So the Lovers card popped in here with the Queen of Wands too. So there's a lot of fire between you two. There is a lot of uh, this passion, right? There's this. Maybe you guys are both fire signs. I don't know. There's like this. It's like almost be careful. Is there like this tension between you guys? But don't burn up. But I feel like you know it, it reminisces of the relationship that's going on between you two, and he saw you in a place of power though, because the Queen of Wands is someone that owns their energy and they make things happen. They glow. They walk into a room and people look because they're just like, wow, who's that? Because you just put forth this fiery energy. And it just is like a spotlight follows you around, right? And you have this great intuition too. Speaking of cats, Bora Bora Kitty Kitty, this cat here is about your connection to the spiritual world too. You have this beautiful connection to the spirit realm. So, that Lovers card with this Queen of Wands, I feel like when he saw your Instagram story, it was like, you know, fire happened. And I feel like there is this, I don't know, this tension, like this, people are like, why didn't you just guys get a room kind of tension, which I'm not sure, you know, um, what kind of relationship you guys had in the past, or if it's someone that you're just interested in. I kind of feel like it goes back and forth because in one place in my mind, it's like it's like this is someone from your past that you did have a relationship with, and you posted something, and you wanted to know like what they were feeling about what you posted, and that is there still feelings there? Is there still spark? Um, but on the other side, it's like, oh, this is like this newness too to it. So I'm not sure why it's coming from two different places, whether it's someone that you did have a relationship a long time ago and then you guys are kind of reconnected, or what all this is about. But there is this fire, fire, fire that's going on with it, for sure. Anything else on this? Well, we got the Ace of Swords. So there is this new communication, these new thoughts, new beliefs, um, just newness about all this too. Let me see. So maybe that was them telling me. Well, yeah, you got the Three of Pentacles. So this is about you stay you authentic you. Don't try to change yourself to be someone for anyone else. They're like saying, continue to stay you, continue to go in your direction. Things do move up in the outside world, so just keep being you, keep moving forward, um, and don't like alter yourself to not lose someone's support or to not get someone's to avoid someone's "Rah, rah, 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 rah." It's like just be you, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, is what I'm hearing as well. So, oh, okay. So that makes sense for a minute. You'd have something for a minute. Okay, so that makes sense. And so you're kind of interested still, huh? It was like, I had some of that once, and I wouldn't mind having some of that again. Yeah. But they're saying, balance and patience, because there's some expectations. It seems like there's, with the Nine of Swords, this is insomnia card or the, uh, you know, nightmare type of card, but it's like you're trying to live up to a lot of expectations in your past, and you've been doing good. It's like you're almost to the point of exhaustion. Yeah, okay. So it's almost the point of exhaustion of, but what if I do this? What if I do the wrong thing? And I got to make sure I'm being who they want me to be, and but them want me to be, and I got to do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, authentic self. They're like, get rid of all those expectations, be you, because eventually you're going to have to be you anyway. You can only pretend for so long. And it's like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be with someone because of what you're pretending to be, or you're trying to be what you think that they think that you think that they want you to be. It's like, get all that out of your head and just be you. So I love it. So that's what they have for you, Kay. So I think it sparks some things um, there. So I like it. Just go with the flow for now. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. So Harsh Metin, you want to know what's coming for you in November. And then Cheryl Lee will take a look there and see about that one as well. All right. So what's coming in November for you? Harsh. Okay. Anything else? All right. That one. All right. That one. Okay, that one too. All right. They're like, put down the cards. So you have 5. Let's see what's coming here for you. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Oh, okay. I like it. So your other 3 cards are amazing. So don't get, you know, upset with these at all. You have the Tower card, which is, things are being moved out of your life and out of your path on purpose to make room for these 3 amazing cards that are coming. The 5 of Wands can represent this feeling of competition, this feeling of conflict, this energy of conflict, but it transforms into something else. And I kind of feel like that's what this is, the energy. It's like you're feeling like there's this big blow up that happens, and maybe you lose someone or something out of your life because of it. And in the beginning, you're feeling like, oh, this energy, it just blah. And it's this energy of change, this fire, like it said, it's this lightning bolt that comes in. And a great example is like you're living in this house that is condemned, right? It's your house though. It's what you have. You spent so much time in it. It could be like a relationship you've been in within a while, but the roof is leaking, the floor is caving in, and there's even rats, and the gas is leaking, and the plumbing isn't so good. And so you're outside, picking something from the garden, and here comes the lightning bolt, and it burns down the house. And while it's happening, while this fiery change is happening, it can feel overwhelming. Like you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. But then the insurance person shows up because it was insured, and you're like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?" They're like, "Well, we're gonna put you up in this hotel, and we're gonna take away all this rumble, and they're putting in a new solid foundation in, and we're building you this brand new house. And it's gonna be all up to date, and it's gonna be more modern, and it's gonna look like this, and you have your choice of what you want with this, and da da da." And you're just like, I'm so glad that lightning bolt hit my house. But you were so attached to what the old was that you didn't want to go into something new until this lightning bolt tower moment happens. And then what happens after that? Oh my God. Boom. You've got the sun, which is like one of the most victorious, bright cards. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about an abundant, overflowing outside world. You've got the 2 of Cups, love. So you're like, come on, lightning, burn down the house, because this is what is coming for you in November. You have this wonderful spark that's coming that's going to do this. Now, just know that the tower has to happen. The tower will happen in November, making room for this other stuff to come. So I feel like those three things that they wanted to show you, this is what's coming, but November is when the tower comes. Um, so when it happens, just remember the sun, that 10 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups. What an amazing home this is going to be that replaces the condemned home that you were living in. So there's this change, this huge, beautiful change that's coming for you. So I like it for you. So that's what we have for you, Harsh. So many blessings to you. Obviously, there's a lot coming your way. All right, Cheryl Lee, has that partner moved on for good? Well, let's take a look here. That was a lot of cards. Let's see here. Should be a fairly short and sweet. Yeah. Yeah, they've got the Ace of Wands, so they've definitely moved into, they have more passion, new things that are, going on in their life. So they have new passion. What's going on? So the vampire has found, a new victim to suck the blood out of. So you're like, oh, good, because you've got things to do. So I do feel like they have moved on, um, which doesn't mean that they won't try to come back around after they've drained that one completely empty. But you don't have to let them back in, right? It's like, no, you've had enough. It's time for you to have other things going on. So I like that. All right. Well, thank you, Slugger. I'm actually thinking of doing a sleep kind of video around these I am love meditations, to where I just record something and probably loop it, because I don't think I could talk nonstop for 8 to 10 hours. But I have people that tell me, after listening to one of your videos, well, I didn't listen to it all because I fell asleep during it, but I had the best night's sleep ever. So I was like, at first I was like, "Whew," but then they're like, no, it's just calming. And so I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking of doing something like that. So thanks for the mention there, Slugger. I appreciate it. All right. So let's keep going here. And I'm just going to go a little bit longer here. It looks like I might be able to get through everyone. So, Michelle Lezua, good evening to you too. And you're trying to get a reading this evening. Uh, what spirit wants you to know? All right, very good. Let's take a look here. Actually, I do want to go to a oracle deck here, and I am drawn to the animal, well, actually the spirit animal oracle. Let's see what they have. All right. So, Michelle, what would spirit like you to know? Okay. Right there. I love it. The cow spirit. And the cow spirit says the miracles are endless. I like that. Let's see what else they have to say here. Says you are at a beautiful point in your life today, for your needs are being met effortlessly in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Cow spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. Stay positive and share your well being with others. The more you share, the more you will manifest. So be generous. Cow Spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. Wow. I love it. So that's what they have for you, Michelle. So many blessings for you. All right. Strawberry Rose, you are up next. And then Eddie Williams, welcome, new subscriber. And Strawberry Rose, will you receive a message from Jay before the end of 2022? Let's take a look here. Yeah, I believe you will, because you have the Knight of Wands here, which is like one of the fastest moving knights. So it's about movement, movement, movement coming in. And the Page of Cups too, which is new emotion. So I feel like this message coming in here is that it will happen before the end of 2022, because it is going to like bring you resolution to emotions, is what I feel with that Page of Cups. For some reason, it's just like that wave really stood out to me. It's like this wave of emotion comes over you with the communication, but it helps resolve things. It's what I'm feeling with that. So you will receive a message from Jay within the next 2 months. So that's what they have for you, Strawberry Rose. All right, Eddie, you are up next. And then Vrinda, you will be up next after that. So, Eddie, general reading. What would you like Eddie to know, please? All right, I like it. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what these other three are here. Okay. So I like how this goes, because they start off with boom, sun card, abundance, brilliance, wonderful things coming in. It's shining bright light upon on your life. So really, really a great card. It's basically saying, yes, you have a very bright future that's coming. And then I got what? And then you got the 3 of swords, which this is about disappointments and, heartbreak, those feelings of where you had expectations that weren't filled. But then you also have the 10 of cups, which is all about abundance and fulfillment and these things coming in. So I feel like with these that there's been this karma, this judgment, which is double endings and double new beginnings. It's like you had this, like maybe you had this and then it ended up being this, but then now this is coming in. you know so I feel like you've been on this little roller coaster of, it's like, oh, wonderful, and then oh, and then oh, and then oh, and you have this, um you know kind of like there's all these emotions that are happening, and I almost feel like it's you're afraid for the other shoe to drop sometimes. And this 7 of cups is bringing in this emotional choice kind of awareness that's coming in with all this, in addition to the 2 of wands, which the 2 of wands is about you being able to choose where you invest your energy. And I kind of feel like this is like energetic choice and this is emotional choice. And the story that's unfolding here with the ups and the downs and the ups and the downs reminds me of the story of we don't know what a good thing is or a bad thing is. And it's like there's a pretty kind of well-known story where there's this grandfather in the old, like, in in Asia, in the days when they had, the empires and stuff. And there was a grandfather whose grandson, he had lost his son and he was raising his grandson. And they didn't have any horses or anything. They had a little farm, and the townspeople were like, oh, they don't have, a horse, which back then was transportation, helped you, you know, uh, plow the fields and do all the kind of work and all that. And so it was like, okay, they didn't have it. So the townspeople were like, oh, and then the storm came through and it scared a horse into their barn and it got trapped in there. And they're like, the townspeople were like, yay, that's a good thing. And then so they had a horse and it was like, cool. And then another storm came through the week later and it knocked down the fence and the horse escaped. And the townspeople were like, oh, that's a bad thing because the horse got away. But the horse, they treated it so well during that week that it brought back more horses with it. And the townspeople were like, yay, that's a good thing. And then while the grandson was helping, break them, to make him more tame, one of them bucked him off and he, wounded his leg where it like crippled one of his legs. And the townspeople, oh no, that's a bad thing. But then the emperor of their region declared war on the neighboring emperor, and all the able-bodied young men had to go to war to almost to a certain death. And but the young grandson didn't have to go because he was not able-bodied. And so it was like, yay. And it's like shows you we don't know what a good or a bad thing is, that things are always changing. We don't know the big picture. We don't know how things are going to unfold. But we get to choose. Any moment we have a choice. Like a moment can happen and we have a whole menu of emotions, and you have the power to choose what you want to feel in any moment. You also have the power to choose where you invest your energy. Do we focus our energy on what we don't want in our life or what we feel is missing? Then that grows. Do we focus on what we're grateful for, what we do want in our life? Well, then that grows. So we see the power of my emotional choice, that I get to choose what I feel. I get to choose what story I put around any situation, and I get to choose where I invest my energy. And I feel like that's the general reading for you today, Eddie. So hope you enjoyed the story and many blessings to you. All right. So, Vrinda, is the second marriage important for you as family is pressuring after the passing? Oh, I know that's a rough one there. Let's take a look here and see if it's in your highest interest for a second marriage. So, what would you like Brenda to know, please? Okay, anything else? Okay. Well, you do have the Page of Swords, and Page of Swords is, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes. And the Ace of Swords is about one thing it does, it allows us to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love. And it also allows us to cut away the thoughts and the beliefs, the small t truths, those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love as well. So there is this knowledge, this awareness, this movement up in thoughts and beliefs. And you also have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, it's wish fulfillment. And so I feel like um, there's this clarity, and if there's any kind of guilt around, a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to, whether it's, you know, giving into the pressures of family, even though it's not your wish, it's like focusing on what your wish fulfillment is, your true wish, not, like, well, I don't want to love again. I don't want to go through this again. Da, da, da. It's like really focusing on your heart because um, you do have the Nine of Swords, which is trying to live up to everyone's expectations and losing sleep over it or nightmares. It's exhaustion trying to live up to everyone else, which this Ace of Swords is what comes in to cut that away, right? Um, and then you also have the World card, which is endings of old cycles and new beginnings. So, you know, ultimately, it's okay to want to be in a relationship with equal giving and receiving and to trust your heart, trust your intuition. You get to decide what you want. And if you're having trouble with an understanding, well, I don't even know what my wish is, I just have all this stuff around me. The high priestess, she steps away from everything. She just gets away from it all, gets away from all the noise, all the chaos, all the pressure, all the fears, really goes into herself, goes into her intuition, her gut, connects with her heart to the higher realms, and just is like, what do I want for my life? And you'll know, and in your heart what you want. And that's what, Spirit is saying, that it's okay. You know, your first, marriage, that they're on the other side, and they're like, they're always by your side. They will never leave you until you join them on the other side. But there's no marriage on the other side. Everyone is all part of a beautiful sea of love. And so they're like, enjoy, your journey here. There's no jealousy. There's no, I can't believe you, didn't stay faithful to me the rest of your life. They're just like, you're here for the adventure. And we knew before we came down here that I was going to leave early and that you are going on with your life. Go on, live your wish, live your dream, whatever that may be. If it is not marrying again, then don't do it. If you do want love again, then you get to choose. And so I really love that for you, that there is no right or no wrong, with what we choose. But I feel like it's important for you to know that, get away from everything and find out what you want in your heart of hearts and do that. And you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. So I love it. So that's what they have. All right. All right, let me take a look here. Let me see how many more we have. Actualpedia, if we can wait to another night, because I'm going to be needing to stop here in a moment. I'm not going to be able to get through everyone here. I usually try to keep it to 2 hours. I pushed it to 2.5. But I'll do one more, and then everyone else, I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain. I'm like here every single night of the week at 7 p.m. for like 2.5 hours. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm also on. And outside of that, I do put out a lot of other videos. So if you need an answer tonight, and I'm not going to, PC will be the last one that I'll do tonight. Um, and uh, but I do have I lost my train of thought. I was like, shoo. Uh, I put out a lot of other videos like the weekly energy updates. Also, monthly readings for November are out. I do pick a card readings and some other types of readings too. And they're all from spirit. And a lot of them by individual zodiac sign too. But if you check out my playlist or the links in the description box of this video, you can go over there, follow your heart, and see which ones that draw you, and there'll be answers from spirit from there for you as well. And if not, I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain. I also offer personal readings. Um, there's a slight cost for those, and all that information is in the description box of the video as well. And some of them are pretty, inexpensive if you're like wanting to have a personal reading, and it's like I can never get on the list. You never get down to me. Also, the earlier you get in on the start of the readings, I can get through a lot of people in 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, but can't do everyone. I wish I could like stand for hours and hours and hours and hours, but the human body has its limitations. So appreciate everyone though that gave me a thumbs up on the video. It means so much. It helps out the channel. It may seem like a small thing, just a little click, but it does impact the YouTube algorithm, and it does share the videos with a lot of people. So I'm going to jump in here, and PC, you want to know, will things improve between Avinash and you in November? He's on financial issues, and there's low contact. All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right. So you have the Eight of Cups here and the King of Cups. Eight of Cups is about leaving behind the emotions that are no longer serving you. And the King of Cups is about really having a stabilization around your emotions, even though it might seem like there's a lot of rocky emotions going around. It's balancing heart and mind. So, with this, I feel like no, that it's time. You've invested a lot of emotional energy, and I feel like it's time for you to leave behind, you know, um, emotions that no longer serve you. It's just like you're investing energy into a black hole, because you do have the Five of Wands here, which is about this energy of conflict and even competition in a way. And you have your Ace of Wands here. It's like it's time for you to take control of your energy, have a rebirth, new passion, new drive, new ambition. It's like, no, it's time for this movement, because you have the Four of Swords too, which is peace of mind. You got these three swords on here, which are all the expectations that you've been trying to live up to. You've been trying to be who they need you to be as they're going through things. But you're like, you know what? You have the Ace of Swords here. It's time for you to have peace of mind and just let all those expectations go, cut them away, slice them away, because you do have this that you can, experience instead of that. And so this is, taking charge of your emotions, where you're investing your emotional energy, where you're investing your energy. And it's like, I just kept on feeling like it's investing your light into a black hole isn't, working out. It's like it's not going to get you the return that you're looking for. And, so I feel like it's like, okay, it's you leaving things behind that no longer serve you, and you're just like, you knew it, and I think you know it in your heart. You're just like, yeah, I just wanted confirmation because I didn't want to leave behind something that might come back. And you're like, you know what? You deserve to be treated like royalty on your emotional throne, not something that's fit in between the important things, right? You get to put yourself, you don't, you can stop trying to fit yourself in between important things and make you the important thing in your life. And I like that for you. All right. So that's what we have for you. And sorry that I couldn't get through everyone. I thought I was going to be able to get through the list, but then a lot of more people came in. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get to everyone. That's my journey is my guilt of not being able to get to everyone for a reading. But please know I do love all of you and I wish I could get to all of you. Um, but I will be back tomorrow night. I'm like here a lot, so you can try to catch me there. The earlier, the better. If not, I do have a ton of those readings that are available, um, like the weekly energy updates, the monthlies, and pick a cards, and those. If you go to my main page on YouTube, all the playlists are there, and just follow your heart, and you'll find one that relates. So just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And like I said, I love you guys too. So until we meet again, you guys hang in there. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon. So have a good night or a good day wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you.